It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. Police say a man who stabbed 3 men at a gym on Sydney's northern beaches last night fled to Newcastle, where he robbed 2 service stations at knife point. The man stole a black BMW after the stabbing incident at Brookvale before heading north to Shortland, where he held up the Metro outlet on Sandgate Road and then the mobile station on Maitland Road at Sandgate a short time later. Detective Acting Inspector Jeff Little says officers arrived and chased the car as it was leaving, but had managed to evade police.
Look, it's very clear to me this fellow is absolutely, as you state, armed and dangerous. He certainly is a concern to the police. He's stabbed 3 people at this stage. He's committed 2 armed robberies, and we certainly urge any person with the information to come forward and contact Crime Stoppers.
Police say the vehicle is a black BMW with a New South Wales rego number DKK39Q. The man's described as being Caucasian, 168 centimetres tall with a full beard and aged in his mid to late 20s. He was last seen wearing black shorts and a light-coloured T-shirt. The search is continuing this morning for a Newcastle University student missing off Nobby's Beach. However, police say they hold little hope of finding him alive. 23-year-old Mohsin Awan was swept off rocks while taking a selfie on Sunday night. Experts from Sydney are monitoring the currents while an air, land and sea search continues. Meanwhile, the Hunters Westpac rescue helicopter has helped save another life overnight, this time at Snapper Point, south of Catherine Hill Bay. A 26-year-old woman was winched from the water after she was washed from rocks while fishing and kept afloat thanks to a life ring thrown in by her boyfriend. She was winched to safety and flown to the John Hunter Hospital, where she was treated for hypothermia and cuts. Westpac rescue helicopter air crewman Glenn Ramplin says it's another example of the dangers of rock fishing.
A place like Snapper Point was quite notorious for people getting washed off, and there's been quite a number of deaths down there over the years. Be extra vigilant, especially when the seas are up, but you're probably best to stay away from the place.
Maitland Councillor Bob Gagan is calling on Roads and Maritime Services to fix the heavy afternoon traffic build-up at the Maitland Station roundabout. The new overpass has been criticised for contributing to the program, which often reduces traffic to a crawl for 800 metres. Bob Gagan says there's a very simple solution.
The one that springs to mind always is the idea of lights, because where you have an imbalance in the roundabout, you can always control the queuing in some of the roads by having a set of lights and giving a more time for the traffic to go through the roundabout coming from East Maitland.
Hunter workers are set to get a crash course on tree safety as part of a 6-month program being run by Safe Work New South Wales and the tree work industry. The most common accidents occur when working at heights around power lines, using machinery like wood chippers and failing to properly assess the condition of a tree. Safe Work New South Wales Northern Region Director Lawrence Ritchie says the number of accidents is too high.
There's about 150 workers were injured whilst undertaking tree work. Sadly, 3 workers were fatally injured last financial year. The injuries are quite often serious, given it's usually work from height or using work with chainsaws, and can include head and spinal injuries and severe lacerations. So it is something that we really need to focus on.
Sport for our sponsor, PRD Nationwide East Maitland.
NRL CEO Todd Greenberg says the message is clear after the Newcastle Knights were hit with a breach notice for the handling of concussed players during the weekend's match against Souths. Brendan Elliott should have been removed from the field after a head knock in the 28th minute, but stayed on and copped another late in the match. The club has 5 days to successfully contest the notice or pay a $100,000 fine. The Newcastle Jets are being viewed as a pathway into China by their newest friend, Chilean club Audax Italiano. The Chilean side's business model revolves around developing and selling young players, and they see Newcastle and their Chinese links as a great opportunity to crack the Asian market. Jets CEO Laurie McKenna says they might have a player on loan from the club as early as January. And Novocastrian pair Tiana Skelton and Jai McPherson are set to be part of the New South Wales team at the Australian Athletics Championships in Sydney from Sunday. They'll contest the under-15 sprints and long jump events. And the winning numbers in Monday Lotto are 15, 23, 39, 19, 14 and 6, and the supplementaries are 45 and 28. 2NURFM News Time 26 to 9.